Hello and welcome back to Fallout London. Before I get into what's happening today, I'm just gonna say I've just encountered a weird glitch where I booted up the game to record this. It crashed. And then when I booted it back up, instead of playing the Fallout London main theme like it's supposed to, it started playing the Fallout 4 main theme. I don't know if there's any relevance, but yeah. And I'm just picking this up because, yeah. And I actually forgot that that was there. I don't know Morse code, so... I think it just... Yeah, it stops on its own. But yeah, as I was saying, weird main menu bug. I just made a Reddit post, so... maybe I'll get some answers? But yeah. Last time... Alright, so last time... Oh, whoops, wrong key. Yeah, let's just chuck these all in here. And as I kept trying to say last time, Gaunt told us to fuck off. So while we are waiting on him, we're gonna head off and do some quests. Specifically, we're going to Westminster, and then we're going to investigate that crash site, because I feel we really should make some progress in the main story. Here we go, Westminster. It's going to be fairly laggy. So anyway, sorry, we just head down here and take the first right. Right, at the time of this recording, The Outer Worlds 2 is released. I'm guessing that relates to the train derailment.
Junk? Junk? Lovely
People
junk.
have a negative attitude. That's what's stopping them.
Yeah, we'll ignore that woman. Yeah, that's Piccadilly Circus. Oh god, the stuttering's horrible. Where are my display settings at? Alright, you know what? Between recordings, I will... Okay, that does not sound right. But between recordings, I am going to tweak my graphics settings, see if I can coax a bit better performance out of this by lowering the graphics.
Oh dear. Another poor commoner come begging for table scraps.
What's that? You want money? Sorry, I don't give tickets to beggars. Just a matter of principle.
No, I don't want money, you... Oh, just scram, will you?
Who are you, anyway?
I am Alden Shawcross of the Shawcross lineage. I'm sure you've heard of us. Now, leave me be.
You know anywhere I can find work?
I don't know, ask around. Make connections, be resourceful. Actually, come to think of it, I think Margaret Tenpenny's widower was looking for some help. You'll find him on Bridge Street.
Yeah, I know where he is. And you don't need to be a prick about it.
Whatever, I'm done talking to you. It must be horrible to live in places without luxury.
Please maintain order and carry on. Questions will be answered at a much later time and date.
What can you tell me about this crash?
There will be a press release for all gentry. You ain't one of them rich toffs, are you? Look, I don't know much, but I'm happy to help out anyone with 2 ungilded brain cells to rub together. Feel free to have a gander.
Did Smythe do this?
Never heard that name before. Officially, no one's been blamed, but I'm sure some powdered wig's gonna point a finger somewhere eventually.
Casualties?
Oddly enough, not a soul on the train. When it cracked through the concrete, a few gentry caught the express to the pearly gates, though.
What caused this?
Name a reason. This train came from Islington. Do you know the last time a train came from there? I don't. It's been decades since something ran that track, which is why it was all cracked and busted. The train hit an upturned tie and launched itself topside. Then boom! The whole thing exploded into a fiery mess behind me.
When will they fix this?
The gentry? This century, if we're lucky. You could wrap the world in the gentry's red tape. You'd think they would need this railway. Well, they do, and they don't. Since it's inside their walls, they'll fix it. Even if it's just to avoid the eyesore. But they don't need it. That track was abandoned. And this lot's got a fully working train line right beneath Westminster. Even you could probably catch a ride.
I do hope Father is proud of me.
Okay. Okay.
Life at the top is immensely satisfying.
Yeah, I'm hitting read. Okay. Palace of Westminster. Parliament Square Garden, okay. Okay, like here's a touch better. Oh, I think this is the Parliament Guard.
Halt! Citizen! Where do you think you're going? We don't allow just any rabble in there. Who do you think you are?
That is Call Me Kevin. Irish YouTuber. I think he's putting on a Northern Irish accent, though. Don't you recognize me? I'm a member of Parliament.
That's a good one. So good that I may not even fine you for impersonation. Consider this a warning. Next time I won't be so lenient. Now, what's your business here?
You got any info on that Smythe character?
You want me? A loyal subject of the realm, to give up information like that. How dare you? Dirt like that doesn't come cheap, you know.
Are you fishing for a bribe? I wonder what your commanding officer would think about that.
Fine, fine. I'll tell you what I know. Just promise to keep your mouth shut. Someone called Smythe has been putting a lot of pressure on Parliament. They want to round up the Cavaliers and Roundheads against the wall, clean the streets, reclaim the city for the good folk, and so forth. It seems like they hold a lot of power around here, but they've gone completely under the radar. The fact you know their name means you know more than most people.
How'd they acquire this power?
I honestly have no idea, but apparently they've been around for a very long time. There's an old law you might be able to make use of. The Parliament Representation Act 2177. They have to let you in if a representative from each tithe-paying London borough signs your petition. These days that would be Camden, Hackney, Lambeth, and Islington. That'll be a tricky one.
Why not any of the other boroughs?
Eastminster gets out on a technicality. They pay the tithe, but the law in question doesn't consider them a borough. The rest is simple. For one reason or another, they don't pay the tithe. You'd think the syndicate in the Tower Hamlets would, but they have their own arrangement.
How would I get them to sign my petition?
How am I supposed to know? Go there and ask them.
You know what? Fair enough. That sounds like a lot of work.
That's because it is. Never told you it would be easy.
Sounds like a huge waste of my time. There must be another way in.
Trust me, there isn't. To tell you the truth, I've never even been inside.
I'll be back for the petitions then.
Your determination is impressive. This is off the record, but if you aren't able to get any of the signatures, I know a guy who might be able to help. His name's Clifford. Sits in the cafe on Bridge Street most days, but he doesn't come cheap. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to get back to my duties.
Okay, we've got the lay of the land. Okay. Lambeth. Where's Lambeth again? We'll go back out into Greater London and then we'll deal with this. Okay, we'll need to check in with Sid at some point. Okay, that's Lambeth. That's down there. I can guess who the Islington one would be. And obviously I know who the Hackney one is. I've never actually gone to talk to the leader at Camden, so... yeah. Actually, that reminds me. I did pick up this quest as well. Alright, we'll talk to that guy, because... oh, hold on. I do plan to go to Lambeth, because I do want to take a look around there. But, that quest I just selected... sorry. Sorry, indigestion. Anyway. Alright, anyway, as I was trying to say. That quest that I just selected, that's one from the latest update. Yeah, I intend to, well, at least take a look at it.
Let's move before your bum starts to glow.
Oh! Hold on.
Is that them? Got you. Rah. Rah.
Come on. Smashy, smashy. Alright. Yeah. That was the one. Alright, sum it up. I earned a certain number of tickets, and that triggered this guy to seek me out.
With you. You see that? Beautiful. Even after Armageddon, the countryside never ceases to amaze. 2 nuclear bombs hit London directly. The first hit what is now called the Blight, near Newham and Greenwich. That was enough to kill nearly all of the population. The second landed right here, in this lake. It's a miracle it didn't detonate. But miracles don't last. The bomb's still down there, undetonated. We must render the detonation mechanism inoperable. If we do this, you shall receive your exemption.
Why can't we just leave it alone?
Anything could set it off down there. A sunken paddle boat, an earthquake, a restless fish? No. It's simply too dangerous to be left in the hands of fate. If it goes off, it'll be as if London never recovered from that dreadful day all those years ago.
Why is it your job to sort the situation?
As I said, my job is to ensure problems in the wastes don't become problems for Westminster. A nuclear warhead detonating a few miles away would cause a fair few problems, I'd say.
Tell me about yourself.
Perhaps another time. This matter is rather pressing. The weight of it keeps me awake at night.
Alright, how do we defuse a nuclear bomb?
I've studied the theory, but it would be a death sentence for either of us to go down there. We could send down a commuter, or a Thamesfolk, but I don't trust anyone other than myself to do this successfully. One wrong move and London is finished. So that leaves my good friend, Kingsley II. Kingsley II is a robot. He's a waterproof model, so the only danger down there for him is rust. But he'll be done long before that happens. As you can see, he's absent from our little meet and greet, captured by some unruly locals.
Ah, I'm starting to get a picture of what he needs me for. Are you sure you know what you're doing?
I studied the theory as well as the actual schematics of the bomb for months. I conducted several pilot experiments in the lab before even thinking about doing this for real.
And you trust this robot to do the job for you?
Seeing as I will be remotely controlling him from the surface, yes. As I said, I don't trust anyone other than myself.
What's my role in all this?
There are 2 things I need you to do for me. To understand why, I will recount my first attempt at conducting this operation. I had everything all set up and ready to go. Kingsley II was just about to submerge when a crowd of locals, Thamesfolk, marched in with their pitchforks. Somehow, they also knew about the existence of the bomb. How they came across this classified information, I do not know. Anyway, they carried off Kingsley II like some maiden in distress, and said if I ever returned, they'd shoot on sight.
Aren't the Thamesfolk pacifists?
That's what they'll tell you. In reality, they're just not very good at it. And by it, I mean fighting. Their mutations hinder them in that regard. And if you're not good at something, why fight nature? Why bother? But don't let them fool you. Just because they can't act on it, doesn't mean they don't have the same killer instincts that we do.
You seem very capable. Why didn't you just deal with them?
You mean kill them? Well, I could have tried. And I may have even succeeded. But wiping out a settlement of civilians isn't my style.
Truth be told, I try to avoid doing that as well. Especially when those settlements have potential traders in them. Alright, so Albite, why did they want to stop you from defusing the bomb?
They're a superstitious bunch. They believe it would be best to leave the bomb alone. My countless hours preparing for this seemingly meant nothing to them.
Alright, so what do you want me to do?
First, I need you to get back Kingsley II before they scrap him for parts. If you can make them see reason, do so. Their leader is a man named Pike. I'd go and get him myself, had they not promised to shoot me on sight. At least you'll begin on somewhat neutral ground. Second, I need someone to watch my back while I perform this maneuver. My attention must be fully focused on defusing the bomb.
What if I can't make them see reason?
That bomb must be defused, no matter what the cost. I'm afraid you have to be the one to pay that cost. Hysterical locals cannot be the reason London remains in a constant state of peril.
Isn't this Camelot territory? Shouldn't they be dealing with it?
If these Thames folk know, then Arthur must know. I can only assume he doesn't care.
Alright, I'll do what I can to get your robot back.
Good. Here's the exact coordinates of his whereabouts.
That was the key, okay. Yeah, I just had to check to see which key it was to auto-walk. And we got a going one. Oh no. That water is about as radiated as the Thames. We do not want to go in that.
My senses are tingling.
Oh yeah.
All clear. For now.
I started playing a new game
Did you hear that?
that recently released. The Outer Worlds 2.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Released last week from my perspective at time of recording. Although thanks to which version of the game I pre-ordered, I got to enjoy it a few days early. Oh god, it's sting wings.
Keep your eyes open.
Blood bugs.
Da, da, da.
Oh god.
Shit!
Yeah, okay.
My arm!
I can't quite see. No, I don't want to target that. No, target the goddamn torso.
I fought tougher
Finally, some peace.
Good. Now I can focus again. I'm sure shooting the rad stag was unnecessary, but it was just gonna get in the way. Alright, so I was wondering why there were Thames folk here. And now I've got my answer.
Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat?
Okay. Okay.
Stay away from that. What do you want?
Tell me about yourself.
Name's Pike Carling. My job is to make sure these fine folk live decent lives. Anything that concerns them concerns me.
I'm taking this robot back.
Over my stinking corpse. You can tell that gentry toff that I'm not leaving the lives of my people in the hands of a robot.
That's not exactly Kingsley's plan. He's going to control the robot remotely.
Oh, I know. You don't have to tell me that. I didn't just take the robot, you see. I read through the files in his briefcase. I know exactly what he plans to do, and exactly how he plans to do it. I have no problem with the methodology, per se. It's how he intends to do it that's dangerous.
What's wrong with how he intends to do it?
This bloody robot. I don't care how many times he's done it in a lab. Robots can't be trusted with a job as important as this.
Who can be trusted to do it, then?
Someone with a brain, for starters. Then they'd need to be a townsfolk. Or a commuter. Humans can't handle the rads. Quite honestly, I wouldn't trust anyone other than myself.
What makes you think you can do it?
I used to be an engineer, and I built all the facilities in this place. With my skill set, I'd reckon I'd be able to pull off the maneuver outlined in those files.
Fine, you seem to know what you're talking about. You should do it. Just give back the robot.
Okay. Sure. And I'll return the robot. But this is my operation now.
They call us Sea Devils, warriors of the deep, monsters. Can't they just leave us alone?
Okay, I'm gonna be back in a minute. Alright, I'm back.
Watch where you're going.
Now, earlier I was saying that I got a game that I pre-ordered, The Outer Worlds 2. I don't plan on recording that anytime soon. I need a better computer to record it, or a way to record PS5 games. Plus, I'm still on my first playthrough of the game. And there's at least going to be 2 story DLCs, so I figure no recording until after the story DLCs are out. That, and I also can't record console games right now. Doesn't matter if it's a PS5, a PS4, or a Nintendo Switch. I've got no means of actually recording. I do know there is some recording functionality on the PS5, but it only lets you record for up to an hour. So it would create some annoying gaps in the recordings. Especially since I don't exactly know how to transfer those recordings onto other systems.
What on earth are you doing here? What the
I'm
fuck
here
is
to
going on?
defuse this bomb without getting us all killed.
He says he can defuse the bomb. He read your files.
I'd sooner be left alone than have this charlatan have his way with it.
Leave it alone, then.
You'd like that, wouldn't you? Do you know how much time has gone into this? It's not as simple as cutting a red wire and calling it a day.
He's read over all your files. He's familiar with the plan.
He may have read the stolen files, but did he understand them?
Don't be so full of yourself. I followed along.
Well, that floods me with confidence.
Look, he seems like he knows what he's talking about.
I can't believe what I'm hearing. It seems like he knows what he's talking about.
I used to be an engineer.
Engineering what, exactly?
Cars.
And did you build these automobiles or repair them?
Repair.
So not really an engineer then. More of a mechanic.
Look, we can't trust the robot. We should just let him do it.
You are hired help. You don't get to make decisions.
Look, if he can't do it, then he can just swim back up. If Kingsley 2 breaks down, then he's stuck. It might even be helpful for someone to get a good look at it before we send a robot down.
This is ridiculous. The conditions I have to work under. Why bother playing by the book? You there. I refuse to believe you understood my files, but you at least looked at the pictures, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I want you to swim down there and see how similar the bomb is to the lab reconstruction. Then, I want you to immediately swim back up and give your report. We can decide where to go from there. Do not touch it. Understood?
Understood.
When I asked you to bring me Kingsley II, I meant alone. I can't believe I agreed to this.
Nothing like a swim in our Thames to make you feel alive.
Go on, then.
Okay.
Approximately 10 seconds until he reaches the warhead. Five more seconds. He should be making contact. Maybe he'll do it, you know. Fiction will often tell you there comes a time in people's lives, no matter how ordinary, where they must rise to the greater good. Perhaps that is true. Those who surprise you the most are often those you least expect.
They say you should never attribute to malice that which can be attributed to stupidity. But the truth is, when the result is the same, it doesn't matter. Due to the Wayfarer's actions, the city was once again engulfed in nuclear hellfire, and London was returned to the state of nature.
Whoops.